Hey everyone, welcome back. Do you have a range that looks like this that is not baking or broiling? Well, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to check the bake element, the broil element, and also the fuse. So this range in particular is a downdraft. As you can see, it's got that grate in the middle, and essentially that covers the air ducting that goes down into the fan below it. So in this specific situation, I'm able to pull it out a little bit, just enough to get back there. However, sometimes you may have to actually disconnect the whole downdraft setup. There you go, you can kind of see what's going on there. And I'm going to show you in a second here what it looks like from the front. First things first, PPE, put your gloves, your glasses, knee pads. You want to be safe when you're doing it. So I show you down there, you'd essentially have to disconnect that rubber hose. There's a bracket and there's a screw right where the light just shined. You essentially unscrew that screw, slide the bracket out, and disconnect it. Sometimes it can be a hassle, so I've found if I can just pull it out just enough to get access to the back, I'll do that. Go ahead and unplug the range. Of course, safety first. Unplug the range or flip the breaker if it's hardwired. And I was saying all that because basically some of you might not be able to get back there. Even for me, it was difficult. I had to basically move everything off of the counter, move it to the side so that way I could slide back there, put my leg up over the counter, and get back there just enough to get that back panel off. Yep, there I go.
Oh yeah.
Get skinny, as they say, right? I'm getting skinny there. Yeah, that's one of the things about this job. A lot of people won't tell you is with appliance repair. Sometimes you kind of have to be a contortionist, right? You kind of have to get in the spots where you don't exactly fit too well, or maybe you don't even want to be. There's also going to be a second part to this video where I actually replace the control board as well as the temperature probe. However, in this video I just wanted to show you a troubleshooting on the bake and the broil element as well as the fuse. So there's going to be a few screws. You have to take out two or three screws for that side rail there, and there's another one on the other side. What I think that is I think that that's for support, as well as I think that helps it so when you slide it back it creates like a buffer, like a space between the wall. So yeah, you want to go ahead and unscrew those two screws, or make that three screws, because before you can even take the back panel off you have to take this bracket off, both of these brackets. And then now what you've got is you've got another few screws there. I was looking at that one and I'm like, wait, there's a cutout for that one, so that one doesn't exactly have to come out. Then I get down here, I realize that you actually have to take off the bottom panel in order to get access to that top panel. So I'm just looking, it's kind of tight, so I'm like, all right, what are we doing here? Yep, I go ahead and get my flathead, try to pry it a little bit. And then that's when I start realizing, oh, okay, you have to take the bottom panel off. There's also, as you can see where the tip of the screwdriver was just there, there's also like a little piece of metal that yeah, you can see it again there, right where I just touched. Essentially the back panel kind of hangs on that, so once you get all the screws out it's going to hang on it. Yep, and finally I realize, okay, I'm going to have to take the bottom portion off. Yep, and I pull it out, I'm like, yep, that's what it was. That's what was holding it up. And so, learn from my mistakes. Now just go right down to the bottom, get those screws. And then essentially to get this one off, you actually have to fold it up. And yeah, right there, I'll tell you right now, you're gonna want to wear some disposable rubber gloves because I had my good gloves on, a brand new pair of gloves. If you guys have seen my videos, I had a yellow pair of gloves that I completely wore out. And then I put these new pair of gloves on, and immediately with this job, it's like they're covered in grease. So I'm like, alright, I'm taking this off and I'm putting rubber gloves on. That's something I've noticed with ranges and microwaves. They're very greasy, as well as hoods, the vent hoods. Honestly, pretty much every appliance is going to be a little bit dirty. So it's good to have lots of gloves, disposable and the safety gloves. Alright, so I get that bottom portion off. Now, and then I take the back panel off. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting my voltmeter and I'm basically going to check the continuity and ohm out the bake and the broil element for you guys. So essentially what you're going to want to do is with each element, you're going to want to disconnect at least one lead. You may even want to disconnect both, but at least one. And I point to the power. You want to make sure you got it unplugged. So I just wiggle that off, and then I connect it to each side of the broil element. You can see it's got continuity, as well as you may have heard it beep, because typically I'll set it to the beep. Now I'm checking the broil element. Like I said, you want to at least take one of those connectors off of it. Now I'm checking each side. I've got continuity, so we know now that the broil element and the bake element, it has continuity. It's ohming out. It's good. Now I see this little fuse here, and I'm going ahead and checking that, taking one leg off, and it's got continuity too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to check the bake and broil element as well as the fuse on this range. Hey, I just want to thank all of you for watching. Hope this video helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.